Well, how you doing, guys? Ash here for the Goodness and Blues, and it's a late night match reaction to this afternoon's game, which was, you know, it finished 2-2, of course, at Ellen Road. First time, to have a huge crowd, Premier League, 17, 18 years, and by Christ, we thought we were very loud last week, when welcomed them, the Southampton game, but the Ellen Road crowd did not disappoint either. If you are a supporter of the home team, I was a bit taken back by the slight changes that he made to the side. I thought either Godfrey, if he's not part of the COVID-5, as they said, was going to come in and play that game, or of course Yerry Mina might come in, in place of Mason Holgate. So that one maybe not so much of a shock, but I was shocked to see Alex Iwobi starting in place of Andros Townsend. For me, Andros Townsend had a very, very good game last week against Southampton, and unless he had a slight knock, yes, Alex Iwobi did extremely well when he came on as the super sub last week, but I didn't see it as a reason why to change the side. We knew James, of course, wasn't going to play, so I would have went with the same side that beat Southampton, with the exception maybe of bringing in Mina instead of Mason Holgate, which turned out to be a good thing because Mina played extremely well today, although he was having a handbags day with Patrick Bamford. The two of them were like children at each other. For pretty much from the first minute right to the last minute. In fact, it was the final action of the game. Bamford, the little shit, tried to trick the referee into giving a penalty right at the final whistle when Yerry Mina headed the ball away. But anyway, back into the start of the game, we didn't start too brightly, with the exception of the first minute when Decore it did a shot from, a live shot from distance, and then after that, Leeds United really did take the scruff of the neck, the scruff of the game by the neck, and were really dominating, and especially in, possession wise, they were really, really strong and didn't give us much time on the ball. Allen played extremely well. He did get forward an awful lot, as did Decore. Demarai Gray, again, what a signing at 1.75 million. He's kind of like playing as a player that's 175 million. He's done extremely well and gets on the score sheet today. A lovely ball, through to by Decore, should I say, into his foot, and he takes it out a bit wide. We thought he'd lost the rhythm, but he quickly was able to turn and shoot under the legs of the defender and past the goalkeeper. But obviously prior to that, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had put Everton into a head with a just penalty. I think it was Cooper pulls him down in the box after Dominic Calvert-Lewin was onside with the cross and gets away from the defender, but the defender holds him back. It took 4 to 5 minutes maybe for the referee to make a decision after VAR checked it and then asked him to go and check it out himself. But it was clear as day. All it would take was one look, and he knew that it was the penalty to Everton. And what a penalty by Dominic Calvert-Lewin, slotted right into that bottom left hand corner. Keeper dived the right way, but there was no way he was getting near that. Even the almighty Schmeichel wouldn't have gotten anywhere near that. Even Southall wouldn't have gotten near that in his day. It was just a stonewall, class penalty, and it's great to see that he was confident to take that penalty and keep his goal scoring run going, and let's hope it continues. Richarlison, not as effective as he was since last week. Again, it could be a bit of tiredness setting in. The only criticism I will say today is that, again, defensively, the two goals that Leeds United scored could have been easily dealt with by Everton, but they weren't. The first one, Michael Keane completely unreads the ball. It falls behind him, and he doesn't have the pace to get back. And he tried to slice at it to clear it away, and he just wasn't getting anywhere near it. A very poor mistake for the second week running by Michael Keane. So it's something that the defensive team are going to have to work with him to iron out. Okay, what's the issue? Or is he not able to read the ball as well as Yerry Mina? I don't know, because anything that came in over the top, Yerry Mina dealt with it and cleared it away. He was just our best defender today. Then the second one, just the aforementioned Mina, Keane and Luca Digne, the ball comes down. The ball should never have been able to be taken down like that, just inside the box. It was laid off then to Rafinha, and Rafinha just curled a beautiful goal into the corner. No way Jordan Pick was going to get near it. You can't say he was blindsided or there was too many players in the way. Even if he was there was nobody in front of him. He was not getting near that. It was just an absolute classic shot. And Rafinha, celebrates his call up to the next Brazilian squad with a goal. Something that happens to a lot of players. They get their birthdays or they get their call up, something to celebrate, and they end up rounding off the week with a goal. So it finished 2-2. It did have moments in the game, Calvert-Lewin especially, one where he kicked it right at the goalkeeper, another one where Iwobi, the one thing that he did do, he did a little bit of footwork, and then a beautiful ball sliced through into the feet of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but all he had to do was just put a little bit of chip on the ball, and it would have went over the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper was committed, but he didn't. He decided just to go and shoot, and the goalkeeper got it away. So with those two, it could have been 3 or 4-1 even before Leeds United got that second goal. But we have to say that the way we are playing is really, really exciting to watch, especially coming down, those crosses coming in, exactly like the game against Southampton. 2 almost pinpoint crosses by Demarai Gray, almost found on 2 occasions Dominic Calvert-Lewin sliding in, and he just didn't have the legs to connect with it. So if we can get that little thing right, whether it's on his head or it's on the end of his foot, Demarai Gray and Andros Townsend are going to be big this season. The real downside for me, I didn't understand why, because he doesn't offer anything, with the exception of one of the final moments of the game, was taking off Demarai Gray and bringing on Fabian Delph. And I'm going, what? When we first signed Fabian Delph, I said, okay, he's a player that's been around. I thought we got him at a decent price for 8 million. He can play at left back, he can play in midfield. And I thought, okay, we're going to have something that's going to not play on a regular basis, but as a utility player. But to be fair, he hasn't done anything since he's been at the club. He's probably on a decent wage as well, and there is no space really for him going forward. So when Rafa brought him on, I said, okay, well, even if you're playing for a draw or you're playing for a win, what was the point of bringing him on? It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever, and I was very flustered with that. And then right in the final moments of the game, the ball's coming in and he comes out with a sliding tackle, which was a perfectly slide tackle, so we'll give him credit for that. Obviously Leeds United were claiming a penalty for that, but when you watch the replay, he clearly got the ball before any other contact and get the ball away. So there was one positive that he did do that, because obviously Leeds United at that point in time were coming on strong, because both sides were actually looking to win the game. There was another moment where when Andros Townsend came on, he took a shot from outside the box, but it was a very poor shot. In fact, if he had looked up, he would have seen Doucouré was running in alongside him. He should have slotted him in, and Doucouré would had a better chance of maybe hitting it with his left or right foot, and powering it into the corner. But I think just right in the heat of the moment, after Demarai Gray getting his first goal for the club, obviously Andros Townsend decided this could be my moment to to belt one into the corner. But it was a very, very tame shot. He just didn't hit it like he would have wanted, or we know he can hit. So it's 2-2. So 4 points from 6. I think if we are honest with ourselves, we would have taken that in the first 2 games, because even though I did mention it in my preview, I really did feel we were going to be able to take apart the Leeds United team after a stubborn kind of first half, and it kind of played that way. But just those chances from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, if he was more clinical, it could have been 3 or 4-1 at that point in time, and really we could have taken, I suppose, Leeds United into the sword after that. So 4 points from 6 at the moment as we speak, sitting third in the table. We'll see what happens after Sunday's games. And a quick note on Moise Keane, he did come on right towards the end. He could play the couple of minutes, but he showed as little interest as a fart in a spacesuit. It's the best way I can describe it, the nicest way I can describe it. And I think it's best for the club if he doesn't get any game time, unless you're kind of 3 or 4-0 up in the game. Like, for instance, I would have said let him start on Tuesday in the League Cup against Huddersfield, but I'd say no, don't put him on the bench if you have to. Because as far as I'm concerned, this competition has to be taken seriously just as much as the Premier League and the FA Cup. We need that trophy. So, we need to keep our squad strong and Moise Keane is just not going to offer that, unless he has a sudden change of heart. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget the the audio version is available on Spotify as well for this. And thanks for watching. And don't forget, as I said, listen in on Spotify. It's finished 2-2. Leeds United 2, Everton 2 at Elland Road. Another, I suppose, successful day for Everton Football Club and in Rafa's first in competitive away game. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, don't forget, stay blue.